Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome, one and all. Thank you for joining us. Welcome to CrowCast, episode 77. Back off tour for a couple of days. How are we, boys?
Aye, bloody good. Really good.
Ready to go.
Yeah, ready to go back, is it?
Yeah, ready to go back.
Ready to go kick some ass.
Yeah, literally, it's only a quick one tonight because as everybody who follows us knows, we literally got home for 5 seconds, really, literally home for a couple of days, get everything washed, sort out a few business stuff with the band, and we're back on the road first thing in the morning. Literally first thing in the morning. We would have gone tonight, but we thought we'd do CrowCast from the house and then leave very, very, very early in the morning and join the guys back on the road. So, yeah, it's just a quick one, a quick check-in tonight. Dave isn't here, a few people, in case they ask. Yet again, just everything's kind of, so we're all kind of individually trying to sort our stuff out. Dave's a little bit behind, so he's just sorting a few things out in the house. And yeah, we just thought we'd crack on without him, like. He's trying to smuggling for there.
It's Emma Ashcroft's comment that makes me laugh. Can you bring that up?
Yes, I completely agree. There's a few people straight away. See you tomorrow. Love that. That is fantastic. Also, we want to keep the talking down minimum because, you know, the more we app, the more we stay on 2-3 hour show or whatever. And Shane's got to be singing tomorrow. So it's a completely different animal now, isn't it, Mr. Greenall?
It is, man. Singing's great. Singing's fine. It's talking that does it in. It's mad. But thank you all for joining us. Sue Lucas, Wes, Debbie Strings, Marcus Kemp, Ian Griffiths, Steve Handley. You're all here every Tuesday without fail. We absolutely love you guys, and thank you so much for joining us. And we feel almost like, you know, if we don't do a Tuesday, we've let you down. So so this is why we like Ron said, we didn't want to leave early. We'll speak to you guys if you want to get in touch and stuff and ask questions about the last week. Please do. But yeah, we had to do CrowCast. So
that's a great idea. That's a great idea, Shane, actually. So for anybody watching now, if there's anything you want to ask us while we're on, this is a perfect week to do it. We haven't got a guest this week because we were trying to kind of, when we have a guest on, we like to do the research. We like to spend so much time. And how do you follow Spike after last week? That was one of your favorite episodes, wasn't it, Mr. Wood?
Oh, mate. Oh.
You almost need a break. You almost need a break just to allow that one to simmer, don't you? Like, you know, so for anybody who haven't seen that, it's episode 76. We had the tremendous Spike from the Choir Boys, and he wasn't shy telling stories.
I've watched it 3 times now.
Yes.
And it just gets better and better and better each time.
It's incredible. And then obviously we left that would have been on the Tuesday, and then we started the tour on a Wednesday. How do you find it, Shine, so far?
Yeah, it's good so far, isn't it? Is that how long have we gone? 5 days? I think it was 5. I'm going with 5.
5 days.
But yeah, 5 days straight, wasn't it?
Yeah, 5 shows.
Yeah,
after each other.
Yeah,
it was good, man. It was good.
And then 2 days off.
Any highlights for you, Lloyd?
Sorry, Ron, what was that?
Any highlights for you, Lloyd?
Oh well, there's always highlights on our tour, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? You know, just being in a van with you boys is good enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, you know, the laughs you do have. But Danny McCormack, man, he's just absolute dude. What a really nice guy. I've kind of really gelled with him when we've had a chance to have a quick chat, and yeah, he just kind of made us all feel really welcome, I think.
Yeah.
You know. What about you boys?
Well, I suppose we'll answer your question and B's question you're in one then. Favorite night of the tour so far? I think Bournemouth was really cool. It's a really small venue. They looked after us really well at the guys at Bournemouth. Staff and crew and stuff. But it was just mad because, like I said, it was a small venue. It felt like like a gig we could have done a couple of years ago, but they were really loud, really noisy, and like the audience were right there. It was no proper stage sort of. It was just like this brass little railing that could be moved, just pick it up and move it to one side. They were right there, the faces, and that was really loud. And I think the first show we did, it was the first show we did, wasn't it? Where I fell on my shoulder. It was the first one, wasn't it?
Yes.
So
I
Manchester.
forgot about that.
Manchester, yeah, Shane.
Yeah, if people have been watching, there's a couple of videos where I've been up on the bar and stuff, and I've been up on climbing, staging. But the first night, I did all that, and then right at the end, I jumped off a monitor, which is like that big, literally fell and landed on my shoulder, and I was in absolute agony. The day after, in particular, but that was funny. So that's my highlight. Anytime I get an injury, it's funny.
I'd say my highlight was literally just finally kind of sharing a stage with the Wildhearts, because we've made it, it's no secret that this was a band we grew up with, an influence on our writing at some stage, and part of the collection of like our journey in music. So that was one of the reasons why we did the tour. It was the fact of, we always said there was a list of bands we'd like to play with, and I know we've played with them in festivals, but it's just the pure kind of seeing the behind the scenes, how they do the touring. Obviously in an ideal world there would be more hanging out and stuff, but I think everybody's aware of the restrictions, and you just got to follow those rules. It's just weird times. We've said that week in and week out, but I think that's just been the highlight, just seeing the fact of our name with the Wildhearts, and the respect we've got from day one off the Wildhearts fans, which is incredible, because they're a very hard fan base to win over. And I can just see like a lot of them, we've had the Crow family there at every gig, which has been incredible, but you do see the pockets of Wildhearts fans who just kind of stand there, and they I've been there myself as a Wildhearts fan, and by the end of it, you can see them cheering and singing along with you. So I don't know, you boys have felt that, you're closer, and like what Shane said, it's been nice to do some smaller venues again, because obviously the Crows have been on the rise. So we, part of this tour was appealing because there were some smaller venues, so we were hoping to get back amongst it with the people, and Shane has definitely done that. So it's like, so in one way it's incredible to kind of feel that connection, because that is the only thing, as the bigger venues happen, you do look for that connection, like, because there's more people there and you want that energy. And we definitely had that, I think, in abundance in Bournemouth. You're right, Shane. It was, and I think we got a couple like that in November. I don't want to go off the track, but that was another reason, because we got Inverness Monster Fest, and then we squeezed in a couple of smaller venues between Monster Fest and Planet Rock, so we can kind of still get that vibe and that closeness, like,
Yeah,
It's definitely took it back to the punk rock days, in terms of feel for me, which I love. I really do love that. It's like, yeah, this is what it's all about. Like,
yeah, man. China highlight.
I'm gonna say watching the Wildhearts soundcheck in Brighton.
oh yeah,
Was
when
that-
they were jamming. Yeah,
Yeah, and then as soon as Ginger and CJ started singing, it was like, oh, there's the Wildhearts.
yeah,
It was like, yeah. So that watch them soundcheck in Brighton.
yeah, it's cool.
Can you read the comment at the bottom for me, Greeno?
Angie Parish, my first Crow gig tomorrow. Yay! Are there any COVID restrictions at KK Steel Mill? I'm not too sure, but I would suggest everybody have a test before leaving the house. That would be a good idea. I don't think there is, though, is there?
no, I don't think there is, man.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the entrance restrictions, so maybe check online. I'm sure the Crow family will help you in the comments, or someone will help
the
you.
safe bet, though, is I would do one. It takes 5 minutes to send it off to the NHS, just in case you need one. You got that email then on your phone, ready to go, and then you're covered.
Take a mask in your pocket just in case, as well.
Matt Dickens, why did you only get 30 minutes on the Wild Hearts tour, especially in Norwich when the first band didn't show? Should have been about 3 hours. Hey, thanks, Matt. Hey, look, we don't really get to control that. We're on the Wild Hearts tour. That's what we were allocated. We're not going to say a word about it. Our job is to make their job much easier and get it done as efficiently as possible. So the Wild Hearts get on and do their thing. So that's the times we were allocated before we set foot on the stage. We've known that for the entire tour. We were lucky to play a little bit longer in Bournemouth. I think it was an extra 10 minutes longer because the stage was so small. There was only 2 bands. But that's just how it is. But it's not by choice. We'd love to play longer. I think we're all agree there, but that's what it is. So that's what's allocated, and that's what we'll do to the best of our ability. So B. Edwards, my friend Dan went to Bournemouth. Never seen you guys before. Massive Wildhearts fan, and he loved you. Epic. Welcome aboard, Dan.
Yeah.
Love that. Just looking for a couple more questions, but there's a few. Sorry if I'm missing them out. You feel free to type them again, because when we're looking through the comments, they ping up, don't they, boys? And if you don't latch onto them, so if you haven't shouted it out, here we go. Here's off Shelley.
Shelley Scarrett, is there one thing you've learned from the Wild Hearts that you will take forward with you? Just to realize how, don't look into this any way, shape or form, but I think I'm starting to understand what makes us us.
Yeah.
Because other bands, this is not even a Wild Hearts thing. This is when we've toured with other bands. We're very lucky, boys, to be so close, so on the same page. And that's nothing to do with the Wild Hearts. That's every band we've been with. And I'm starting to see that now. With every band we're touring with, we're close, and do you know what I mean? We'd hang out even if we weren't in a band, is my point. So
yeah,
that's coming across in spades for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think for me, to answer that would be just enjoy every second you got when you're up there doing it, man. Just, I'm so blessed to be able to do this with all you boys. And it's fun. So just enjoy it. Absolutely just enjoy it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah. I'd echo that, and like Shane said, it's not to look into it, it's just appreciating what we have. And I know some people can go, young band and stuff like that, and you're still, but we've known each other for a long time, and we have been through a lot individually, as a unit, through other bands to get to where we are now. And I agree with you, Shane, and that is something I think we'll take away is like, I don't think we do appreciate how well we work together sometimes, or it's not. Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, that's coming from me. That's my opinion. I don't really think about it a lot, and certain things then they just bring it to light, don't they? They just make you think, oh wow, this does work really well. And like you said, it's not just a band that we share a stage with. We do, whether it be play football outside, or we go for a drink, or we meet up. So it is quite a social band. So yeah, I think we've learned more about ourselves on this tour as well. So anything from you, Shane?
Or just them scrims, the scrims the Wild Hearts got.
Yeah.
As you boys know, I don't like them. My mind haven't changed. I absolutely disgust them. I can't stand them.
Can't stand what?
The scrims.
Oh, scrims.
Just had an email from our TM, the Wild Hearts TM, has just watched you say that he's kicked us off the tour.
Yeah,
you don't like scrims? I think that's what it is. Yeah. Scrims. Yeah. So for anybody wondering what scrims are, they're the very cool staging set that the Wild Hearts have, and a lot of other bands have them as well, on which cover the amplifiers and stuff like that. We've talked about possibly having them, but Shiner's very honest, fair play to him, and he's like, no boys, I don't really like them. So we couldn't have one on one side and one not on the other, because they're very like, I can't think of the word, boys. can't. It's such an
Symmetrical.
Unbalanced.
symmetrical.
Like,
Symmetrical
yeah.
is the word. I just couldn't think of the fucking word. So yeah, well done, Shane. That's honest. So you're still doubling down on that one then, son, yeah?
Yeah. I don't know what it is, boys, why I don't like them.
Is it is it a visual thing? It's not a sound thing, because they sound great, because they're amplified. They're fucking banging.
I think, I think with me, I just like to see the cabs.
Amps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
And then when they're all covered up, I go, oh, what's behind there then? What are you hiding from me? That's what
Oh,
it
there we
is.
are. David Franks agrees. I'm with you. I want to see the back line.
Yes.
So there are people who think the same, Shane. So
Hey, I'm not alone. It's good.
Well, go and fucking stand by the back line behind the scrim, man.
yeah.
Oh, I have no problem standing behind the scrim.
We'll have scrims then. So
Oh man. Well, here's one for you. Can you read that one?
Looking to your mini tour in November, how are you and your kit coming up to and down from Inverness and Monster Fest? Is it in the van all the way? Are we going all massive wagons and hiring a Rockstar mega coach?
Not telling him.
To be continued.
I'm gonna fly all the gear up with me.
But here's a true statement. We were actually going to have a bus for this tour. There's a true story. So we actually were supposed to when it started, but when you look at the days and some of the days off, and then some of the dates we can't do, it's probably a good time as well to say check out the socials tomorrow. Shane will probably remind you that later. But check out the socials tomorrow. There's going to be an announcement. There's so much happening in the Crow camp now. When we say that, we're not just saying it as hype men or anything. We're just always honest, and we want you to kind of be on the news as it's happening. And there's just so much happening at the moment, isn't it, boys? There's just like there's stuff dropping pretty much here, there, and everywhere. Like, so there's reasons why we can't do this at that stage. There's reasons why we can't do that then. So yeah, there's a lot of exciting things happening. There's a lot of exciting things penciled in. It's just connecting it all. So yeah, all things come to those who wait.
Hi.
Yeah. Exciting times, Dagmar. Exciting times.
Shine, going back to the scrims. Why don't we put amps on the scrims so that way it looks like we got scrims and it looks like you got a backline on the scrims. See, Dragon's Den would love her.
It just looks fake.
There we are. John Hill. John Hill agrees. Marshall's all the way.
Oh, yeah, dinosaur.
Oh, he just wants the bloody jobs, and he carrying them. He does.
Aye.
That's what it is.
He's
Yeah,
like no pockets, you are, son.
Give Shane the 10 amps. I'll carry him. Don't worry. I'll carry him.
That's the gloves. Van full of my amps.
There was a question earlier. I'm trying to find it. So someone basically said, and I'm not sure who said it. I apologized, and it was roughly: is there going to be meet and greets on this tour? There won't be, I'm afraid, because we are following the rules. It is really weird and bizarre times at the moment, and we respect everything put in place by the Wildhearts team. And there is, tours. If tours go down, there's a lot of money that can be lost, and I'm sure everybody's aware of it. But we've got rock and roll shows back, and there are people enjoying them, and the bands are loving them. And I'm loving the fact of seeing some of the older bands who are playing like they're 18 again. Like, they've got that desire again when they're hitting the stage and they're getting that buzz because they've bloody missed it as much as everybody kind of wanting to watch it, like, So as for our shows in the future, I just suppose it's something we'll have to look at. I know it's noted that when we did the run in the Tivoli and Buckley and stuff, we did go out and meet everybody. But I don't think it's right if you do or if you don't. Me and you were talking about this when we, Shane. It seems like, you don't want to upset anybody who's for it and anybody's against it. It's just literally, I think it's just freedom to, if a band decides to meet the fans, there's nothing wrong with that. If a band doesn't decide to meet the fans, there's nothing wrong with that.
I'll tell you exactly what happened, and I don't think Steve, the Wildhearts tour manager, would mind as such, but nothing was kind of said. about going out or not going out to see the fans, and we ended up going out on the first night to meet the fans at the merch table, and then the next day we had a bit of a talking to saying that we're not allowed to do that. So that stopped that straight away, and it kind of. Yeah, we'd often think, Anna, kind of, we got to go and see the guys, go to see the Crow family, but this taken out of our hands. And when someone's putting on thousands of pounds to put on a tour, that's not our tour. You've got to respect that. So rightly or wrongly, it's kind of irrelevant. We just got to do what we got to do right now. And that, again, I keep stressing it, like it's not our tour. So we have no control on how long we play for. We have no control on the rules and regulations of what the Wildhearts want to do. We just we're doing our time, you know what I mean, and we're enjoying it. We're loving it. We love being back on the road. And like I said, we see you guys from the stage, and there is no better view. Like I know you guys want to meet us on the merch table from our perspective, where we are seeing your faces, enjoying what we're doing. That mutual thing, there is no better feeling for us. So sorry if it's a bit it's not as good for you, but for us it's amazing. We're looking around and we're seeing faces that we recognize, and you come to support us, and it's wonderful, man. I love it.
Completely well put, man. Well said, man. Slightly changing gears on this question for you, Lloyd.
Question for Lloyd. Cardiff gig, while Dave was cracking out his solo in Blink of an Eye, you were trying to say something to Dave. It's bugging me, man. Tell us what you were saying, please.
Dave plays a solo in Blink of an Eye. Is he?
No. Well,
rock and roll.
He shouldn't do
rock and roll. Was it BU? Maybe in BU. He does one enough. For the love of me, I can't fucking remember.
He was probably.
I might have been saying something to Kev, our guitar tech, because I know I was having a few little issues with my input on one of my basses. And Kev, I don't think anybody could see Kev, but it was in Dave's direction. So he was off on my right. So it might have looked like, unless I was in Dave's ear saying something, which I usually do, whisper a lot of bollocks in his ear.
Yeah.
It's just the relationship me and David have on our stage. It's kind of difficult on times because me and him get a bit carried away with one another, and then it's like, oh fuck, I gotta concentrate. but yeah, no, it was probably more than likely me giving Kev the nod and trying to get him to get my spare bass ready.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think that was probably it, unless I did say something stupid to Dave to wind him up, like, which that could well have happened as well. Hope that helps.
I love that. Rob Evans.
Any more news on album 3? Obviously at the moment we're touring, so it's on the back burner, but it's always it's the next thing, dude. So as soon as we come off this tour now, it's guns are blazing on the new album. Getting these demos up to us to scratch, ready to record. Can't wait.
Yeah, man. Be nice to get it cooking, wouldn't it?
Yeah, man.
I agree.
100%.
3 albums deep, boys. Who'd have fucking thought it? Who'd have thought it?
As Shane said earlier, guys, before we go tonight, if there's any questions you want to ask about the tour or anything coming up or anything you can think of, perfect chance to do it tonight. But until then, should I play a little recap video? So obviously with the restrictions, etc., we were a little bit limited on the content, and what we've done, which I think is nice, is we've taken stuff from the fan page and mixed it together and just put a little video montage together of the last few days. So hope you enjoy.
Sticks and stones, I build a fortress just for me. I won't let you in again.
Ronaldo.
Roads. We don't need roads where we're going.
So yeah, that's the first few dates. And then tomorrow we're back at it at KK's, and then up to Newcastle, down
Yep,
to
the Leeds.
Leeds. There we go. Thank you. There we go. Down to Leeds then. Love that.
Phil Wallace with a comment there. It was great to see you, Phil. Thanks for coming out, bud. He said, although it was the most punk TDC set I've ever seen, you got through so many songs in 30 minutes. Yeah, boy, we tried. We really tried. It's a blistering 30-minute set, in all fairness. There's no let up. In fact, I think I'm more tired getting off the stage on a 30-minute set with us than I am on an hour and a half. And I'm not just saying that, because there's no high and lows, there's no breathing, it's like boom.
Have it.
Yeah.
Yeah. We
One
could probably
from
get
Helen.
another 2 in it.
One from Helen.
The old 30-minute set reminds me of the good old days, boys. Get on and fucking have it.
Helen Jenkinson. Rose wanted to ask you all, what songs are your inspiration? From other artists, or I'm assuming? Ron, start with you, bud.
Oh, good God, that's a really difficult one. Is it from the Wildhearts, or is it from anybody, or
I'm assuming it's just from anyone that
Yeah.
a song that inspired you, or
go on, Lloyd.
good old fucking bastard.
Go on, Lloyd.
Welcome to the Jungle, Night Train, Guns N' Roses. I think back to the early days when I first discovered rock music, bands like Aerosmith. Loving an Elevator, it was all that stuff which inspired me to pick up a guitar and want to be out there doing it, kicking ass on the front line. You know. So yeah, I'll go with Night Train, Guns N' Roses.
Cool. What
China.
about you, Shane?
I got 4. I've got Chuck Berry, Johnny Be Good. Probably first seen that on Back to the Future, and I was like, what the fuck's going on with that? So that twinkled my brain. I got Why Last 29 Times the Pain. I've got Machine Head, Davidian. And then Come As You Are, Nirvana.
Beautiful.
So they'd be my go-tos.
Mine would be Johnny Cash, Boy Named Sue. Nirvana, Something in the Way. Black Hole Sun, Soundgarden, and anything off 10 album, Pearl Jam, but Black in particular.
I think
Ron, shoot.
the only way I can answer it, because it's still like puzzling me really. I could write maybe 10 down, but I think the first song that ever like really smashed me in the face was like Territorial Pissings, where I was like, oh, that's kind of who I want to be like, you know. But it would have been Queen before then, and then I think when I was young and it was like the Beatles and stuff. So it's, you know, I think it was anything really by the Beatles when I was super young. So I just used to love the hooks and stuff and singing along with them. And then it was Queen, but I only really found Queen through that tribute concert, as we've all mentioned before. And then you kind of back look, and then I just remember having Ducky, and I think we all talked about this when we were younger and stuff. I just remember having that album cover, Ducky, and seeing all the dogs throwing the shit and thought it was really cool, and then put it on. And there was songs like it wasn't even like Basket Case and that. It was Oh fuck! What was that one? Shine with the fill. The
Burnout, didn't it?
burnt out, didn't it?
Yeah, Burnout. Yeah.
Yeah, burnout. So I think it was stuff like that that started gripping me, and that kind of sent me down that road. And then maybe I joined your train then, Lloyd, of like listening to Aerosmith, but it would have been what I would have thought was an album, but you've told me is a greatest hits.
Big one. Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought that was just like their album. Because I said that, oh, it's one of my favorite albums. You were like, oh, that's like a greatest hits, that is.
Yeah.
But like when I heard like Crying and stuff, that yet again, it's like it stretches you.
That Crying was actually off the Get a Grip album, which was the follow-up album to Pump.
Yeah, see, but because I kind of back listened to him, it would be, I went down the whole rabbit hole of like with the boys with the grunge and stuff like that. And then it was like, oh, big ones. So let's have a look at this. And then it was like all of a sudden, you hear that big fucking ba-da-dum-ba, and like your mind just expands again then, doesn't it? Like, and I think that's been a journey for all of us, really. I think it's only you really, Shine, who like stay to certain genres and you kind of, you're there, you're like, you travel in that lane, if that makes sense. It's where I love everything from there, but then I'll go very like fucking pop punk, or I'll go heavy punk or metal. So I think we're all there, but songs wise, it's so hard. There's just so many good songs in the world, isn't it? Like I don't think there's one particular one. It's Foo Fighters. I feel like I'm cheating on people when I say, oh, I like that one more, if that makes sense. Fucking, that was a really hard question. I have to get my shit together.
Sounds like it.
Yeah, I will. I think I've done it before where I've wrote 10 songs. When that thing used to go around on Facebook, your 10 favorite songs, and I think I've wrote it, but then I'm like, oh, I feel really bad now because I've left that song out. I find it easier with albums. That's there we go. There we go now. David Franks.
Cowboy Song, Thin Lizzy, Design for Life, The Manics, Mama Kin, Aerosmith, Bartender and the Thief by Stereophonics, All My Life by the Foo Fighters, Anything by Queen. Thank you, David.
Cheers up.
Emily, 100%. Chris Cornell's cover, Nothing Compares, is amazing. His voice is just insane. It was insane. Oh, lucky to see Queen with Freddie at Wembley in 1986. That's a huge regret that I'll never get to see that. Yeah, wow. Incredible song, Blackbird.
Yeah.
His voice as well. Miles Kennedy's voice is ridiculous. It's incredible. Effortless.
Any chance of you boys touring with Ash and Reach? That would be incredible. I'll have to check them out.
Can't say I've actually ever listened to him, if I'm honest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to
Hold
check
my
them
hand
out.
up. Like
Have
that.
to check them. Hand up. Should we have some birthday and shout outs?
Yeah, there's not many actually. I don't know if people were just thinking, the boys won't be on tonight, which is fair enough. But we got two. We got Carly Backwell. Hi Shane, hope your knee's okay. Well, it's all right. I'm not sure if there's a CrowCast this week, and no problem if not. But could you wish my mum, Jackie Huggett, a happy birthday? It's her birthday on CrowCast Day, and she's been with me to a couple of Crow gigs. Absolutely loved it. Not bad for a 65-year-old jumping about with me. Oh, obviously don't say that a bit on there. She'll kill me. Oh, no.
Oh, whoops.
One job, Greeno. That's all you had.
Oh.
Well, let me tell you something. Jackie, you look amazing. You look absolutely sensational. And if that is your real birthday, your birth age, that's incredible. Anyway, I'm just digging a hole here. Moving on. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
Ah, dear God. Jane, can I give a shout out to the Crow family that were a rock in the bowl in Sheffield at the weekend? Originally, Crows were billed for 2020. Yeah, of course we were. So my first time there. Met Crow family. Some I met before, others for the first time, although it didn't feel like it. Please, can you say hi to Jack Skinner, please? We greeted each other like old friends. Lovely lady, doing a grand job of volunteering. Too many to mention, but you know who you are, and thank you for the great weekend. Thanks also to Paul Bricknell and his wife Helen for putting up with me at the Blackstone Cherry Chris Barras gig on Friday. And happy anniversary to them. Thanks, Shane. Happy anniversary, guys.
Happy
To Paul and Helen.
anniversary.
Lovely message, Shane. And that's it. That's all it was.
Got a quick question for you, which we'll read out before we move on. Being a young band, how much have you listened to the 90s British rock bands, Thunder, Little Angels, Choir Boys, etc.? Sam?
Well, this past week I've been listening to a lot of the Choir Boys. So it's interesting you've just said that. Well, you know, with our previous guest, old Spike.
Yep. I mean,
right?
Thunder, yeah. Listen to a lot of Thunder. Danny's voice is incredible. So, you know, I'm always looking at those vocalists, you know, from back in the day, which just nailed it. And Danny's voice, God alive. Incredible. So crisp, so clear. So yeah, I listen to a lot of Thunder. Little Angels. I liked it when they had the hits, you know what I mean? When they first came out. And then obviously meeting Toby and then putting the two together. 'Cause I gotta be honest, I didn't know that. And till later on. So that was incredible. But amazing bands. The Choir Boys have done a couple of tours with them now. Sensational. They're all really killer still. Do you know what I mean? They still got it like in abundance. Incredible bands.
Yeah, man.
Okay.
Yeah. Sorry, yeah, because your mic went a bit. I don't know if
Went
it's
a
in
bit
the private
boxy.
chat. Yeah.
Oh, did it?
Yeah. So yeah, because I thought you stopped then just because I wrote that, so it's all good. I'm the same. I love 90s music anyway. But I mean, Lloyd loves the 80s, don't you, bro? And there's a lot of
Yeah.
bands you've shown me in the 80s. Yeah, I'm pretty much all years. But Choir Boys, yeah, we've been listening to them a lot. Obviously researched Spike, but we played with them anyway 3 years ago. So we always listened to bands like that, and they were kind
Well, it
of on
was
the
3
list.
years ago today, wasn't it?
Yeah,
was.
somebody put that up. That's right,
Yeah.
Lloyd. Yeah, that's right. So yeah, man. For like I said, for anybody who's been following us from day one, we've always wrote lists of bands we'd like to play with or share the stage with, and we're very fortunate that, like, especially, you know, two of the Little Angels, like we played with Bruce back in the day with Color of Noise, is it?
Yeah, it was Colour of Noise, yeah.
In Hard Rock Hell, and we've played with Toby I don't know how many times now, so that's kind of a tick. And then like Spike we shared the stage with, and many 90s artists where you know, like your Therapies and stuff that we grew up with, your Trouble Gums and Wildhearts. Yet again, this is why we wanted to go on. I'd say out of like a lot of those selection, like the Wildhearts is maybe top for us as one of our more favorite bands of that era. But that doesn't take it away from Thunder and bands like that for me, because like Shane said, the voice of Danny is just, it's incredible, and the craftsmanship of the songwriting and stuff, like, so you know, you only got to see their performances at like Giants of Rock and stuff, like, do you know what I mean? So yeah, man. China?
As for them bands, no. In the 90s music I listened to, I'm a totally different set of train tracks. So, you know, it's not till like you boys been talking to these guys that I've even been aware of them. So, you know, like 90s music I listened to growing up, Nirvana, Green Day. So that's what I'm at with 90s music.
Yeah, we're the end where I think it's fair to say, which is kind of a running theme, where like Blaze has said it, Toby has said it. There's probably a lot of kind of viewers and listeners who will say like the genres that we like killed some of the bands that they loved at the time, like, you know. But your Nirvana's, they're definitely a massive inspiration on us. So I agree with you, Shine. And that evolved into Foo Fighters and stuff, which we kind of went on,
Yeah.
or Pearl Jam, as Shane said earlier, or Soundgarden, Mother Love Bone, Ned's Atomic Dustbin, just all bands like that, like, do you know what I mean? It was just cool times. And then like, yeah, like Oasis, and you know, it was just 90s for us was just a great time to kind of find the music. And like you said about Green Day send you down a rabbit hole, because if it wasn't for Green Day, I wouldn't have looked back at the Ramones and stuff. And then I got more into punk rock. And so you find one band and you can find maybe or discover 5 to 10 bands through that band, which that's why I love music or discovering music. And I'm finding that now. I'm still discovering older music. Are you boys still doing that?
Oh yeah, every day, man. Every day is well, who inspired them, wasn't it? All these bands, and then you go back and you find out who inspired the inspiration to Green Day, and they just keep going back and back. Music's timeless, man.
Yeah, man.
You know, and then you eventually end up like, and if you're like me, you end up on a Saturday night with a couple of beers listening to Dion and the Belmonts or Sam Cooke or something, because you think, that's where the bass lines come from. That's where they fucking begin.
Sam Cooke, man. Oh, yeah.
One for Shiner.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, I don't remember. We all remember that, boys. Do you remember that? Down in Porthcalman on a Friday.
Buccaneer.
Down there. Yeah.
But
seriously, no. That's one. That's one type of music I cannot stand.
Scooter, like Donna Scooter. Uncle John from Jamaica, isn't right?
No. Next, move on.
Oh, I love that. That's great. One more by you. A second. Dagmar.
Have you learned something from your CrowCast guest that you have tried out on the tour now? Even something like a new band to listen to when on the road?
Yeah, I think there's been lots that we've learned from CrowCast guests, or me personally, wow moments which I didn't know. And I think they all echo the same advice about staying strong together, and you know, it's a tough industry without kind of being too negative about it. Shane?
To just not take it for granted. Like, you know, these people have come on our CrowCast. They've been there, done it, wore the t-shirt, so to speak, literally. So anything they say, you know, if we can have as long and as successful as careers they have, then we're doing something right. So I hang on every word. Like I'm like a sponge. CrowCast for me, when we got a guest, I'm literally trying to see if that'll work for us, and if it doesn't, that's cool as well. Do you know what I mean? I don't try and, you don't want to force or replicate something that somebody's done. If it works for you, brilliant. If it doesn't, move on. You know what I mean? But yeah, always listen, always learning, always watching. We'll do these 2 quick shout outs if that's okay, boys, because we've got on you. Andy Hodgetts. Can I have a 43rd birthday shout out for Saturday? Happy birthday, Andy.
Happy birthday.
And a good friend of mine, Esther Rowley. How are you, lovely? Shane, me and Gaz have been married 15 years on the 22nd of September. He deserves a medal, but I know he would be happy with a shout out from you guys. Huge hugs. That's incredible. Congratulations, guys. Esther and Gaz. Wonderful couple, wonderful people. Big love.
If we move on slightly and then come back to the questions, you good with that, boys?
Cool.
Yeah, man.
What's in this lyric? It's lyric time. Tell me the lyric, give me the lyric. What's the next lyric? It's lyric time. What's the next line? What's the next line? What's the next line?
Okay, so the prize this week is another Those Damn Crows sweater. And the lyric this week is, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure. What's the next line? Go.
The The best. The best. The best. The best music all day long. Crow Radio. Crow Radio. Available now via Those Damn Crows Spotify page. Don't forget to click the green heart.
Okay. I'm setting myself up for failure here, or it's like or Dave's literally had me tonight. Oh man. He did say he did it, didn't he?
He did.
He did.
He did say he
shaded
did
and
it.
then all slack, like.
Okay, so for anybody watching right now, this should be updated, but it hasn't been updated on my phone. Maybe it is on other people's. But this week's playlist was a tip-off to the Wildhearts. So it's a mixture of Wildhearts and Those Damn Crows and anything Wildhearts, maybe that they've been involved in. So it's a mixture. And as you can tell from me flapping and kind of wobbling on, this isn't my job. So I'm currently looking at Crow Radio, and sadly, it's last week's playlist, but I guarantee it will be sorted by tomorrow. I was going to read you out a few, but it hasn't updated for me. Let me just try and reset. 2 seconds. Let's just double check. Let's go down to the bottom. I've clicked the green heart for anybody who wanted to remind me. Let me just check.
I got it.
You have got it, have you?
I got it, yeah.
So maybe mine just didn't update. Hang on. No, I've still got another brick in the wall and that. That's really weird, Lloyd. So you've got the updated one then, yeah?
So yeah,
if you'd like to read a couple out, Lloyd, that is brilliant. Well done,
start
Davo.
with Splitter by the Wildhearts. Good mates. Great
Good
mates.
song.
Sonic Shake by Silver Ginger 5.
Ooh.
I Think I Love You by Clamaboose. Sorry, Clamaboose. That's what I'm saying. Glass of Champagne by Hey Hello. Honor by Ginger Wildheart. State of Us by CJ Wildheart. Time of Your Life by the Yo-Yos. How Come It Never Rains by the Dogs D'Amour. We're Happy Round Here by the Main Grains. Go Away by Honey Crack. Just a Love Song by the Jellies. Caffeine Bomb by the Wildhearts. Sin on Skin by Those Damn Crows. The Pendine Incident by Ginger Wildheart. And Girls Are Better Than Boys by Silver Ginger 5. So that's it.
That's a banger of a playlist. Well done, David. That is a fantastic. It's uploaded. And all you have to do, as the Crow family is saying, better than the man himself. Click the green heart. Fantastic, guys. Click that green heart. So you can get that via our Spotify channel for anybody who is listening or watching, or just spread the word, man. Like I said, if there's any tunes on there that you think somebody might like, share them that playlist. That's right, Nicky Walker. Green heart. Click the green heart.
Don't forget to click the
Very
green heart.
cool. Have we got a winner?
Yes, we have got a winner. The lyric was, I'm not quite sure. This is from the song Don't Give a Damn What You're Expecting to Hear. And the winner is... I've forgotten. Janie Walker. Congratulations, Janie. You won yourself a Those Damn Crows sweater, jumper, pullover, however you want to call it. It's black with a white logo. It's on its way to you. Let us know your address. Let us know what size you are, and we'll get that sorted.
So, the man, the myth isn't here, but he has sent us in a little video.
If you want to avoid getting bitten by bugs, paint yourself stripy.
Oh, man. So, yeah, that is right. For those who missed it the first time round.
If you want to avoid getting bitten by bugs, paint yourself stripy.
I'm sorry. That's gotta be bullshit. Oh, that's gotta be bullshit. It's gotta be.
I literally got nothing to say.
Put a stripy jumper on or something. There you are, like the one you got on by there, look. See?
Oh
He
god.
can't even explain that, can he? He can't even.
No,
That's
I
why.
know. But yeah.
You should keep all these questions you have for Dave for next week as well, and do like an extended bit section for him.
On
So
extended feature. Okay.
yeah. So any questions you have about this stupid amount of bollocks, just fire them over next week.
Yeah.
Make me
That's fair, that
sweat.
is.
Make him sweat.
Steve Bardell's got a great point here. Is that what zebras do? Now, I always see bugs and flies around zebras, so they wouldn't have any flies around them, would they? There you are. It's a very good point, Alice. Baz is very stripy. So
Yeah.
Baz.
Now the question is, do we want another one off Dave? Do
Oh,
we want
absolutely.
another one? We do, don't we?
Absolutely.
Here we go. So if that one wasn't good enough, check his one out.
Did you know that rats giggle when you tickle them?
See his smile at the
Is
end.
he on about Remy or something, is he?
And
Remy
that's what I was
off
going to say. Check out the smile right at the end.
Did you know that rats giggle when you tickle them?
Oh God.
Come at the essay.
Oh Christ. Yeah. All I could think about today was like Dave, like, you know, when you see a rat or something, he's like, oh, come, tickle, tickle, tickle. Tickle, tickle. What a little tickle.
Oh, he's a little rat in you.
Because I obviously, when I was looking for photos and that to make him funny and stuff, is I was thinking like, this can't be true, but there is actually facts that go with that. And apparently, someone has said if you do manage to tickle a rat and make it laugh, that it recognizes you when you go in a room. So,
Mate,
so
I
if
ain't
you
going
manage,
nowhere near a bloody rat.
if you manage to tickle a rat and yet he'll see you the next day, he'll laugh. He'd be like, "Hey."
You see, Dave, this is why he's not here. He's down the river, man. Tickling the rats, like, yes, hey, woo, come here, little ratties.
Donna Morgan, there's a rat in my kitchen. What am I going to do? Tickle it.
Phone UB40 or rent a car.
Oh, yes. So one more time from the guy who isn't here. And apparently it is a real did you know.
Did you know that rats giggle when you tickle them?
You get him to do a Wolverhampton voice.
You got to prove it now, haven't you?
Yeah.
Simple as.
Yeah. I want to see Dr. Doolittle tickle the rat. Tickle the rat.
He'd be down Pets at Home now, asking if he can have a go at tickling the rats.
Oh man, absolutely fab. Like, so yeah, that was David's Did You Know this week. A double header, all animal orientated. Have you noticed the pattern that when he does the animal ones, they are the better ones? Have you noticed that? Because there's been a few like that, haven't there? Like the whale, and there's been a couple like. Watch now, somebody will go, no, he didn't do anything about a whale, and you've just imagined that, like. Bloody hell. So yeah, that's it, guys. If you want to check out our socials, our website, you can see all the upcoming dates, but we are in KK's tomorrow, hence why it's a short show this week. What else is going on tomorrow, Shane?
We have a bit of an announcement tomorrow morning coming. We can't say right now, but tomorrow morning, look out for some news. We're extremely excited about it. I think you guys would be too, but that's all we can say.
Can't wait.
I love a
First thing in
wind
the
up.
morning. First thing in the morning.
First
So
thing in
yeah,
the morning.
usual thing. Check out www.thosedamncrows.com. Check out our Facebook, Instagram. Go and join the fan page. To keep up to date with all our everything, just go and check the website. It's all in one place. But until then,
Ladies and gentlemen, one-liner, shiner, 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 shiner.
I'm just going to stay silent. All right, then. Let's go. I was going to try and get us off by 10, boys, but it's 10. Right,
You better
here we
hurry
go.
up.
Yeah. Never let people who ain't going anywhere take them with you. Words to live by.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
On that wonderful little gesture there. Well done, Shiner Boy. Thank you, Crow family. This has been CrowCast episode 77. We will hopefully see some of you on a few of the upcoming dates with the Wildhearts over the next couple of days. But for those who can't make a show, we will see you all next Tuesday live at 9 on CrowCast episode 78. Stay safe, Crow family, and look after each other. No star.
I'm not giving up. I'm not giving